Hey everyone, today I'm coming at you with a Blue Eyes Chaos Max deck profile. Before I get started, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see my videos in the future and to make sure that the algorithm lets other people see my videos too. So without further ado, let's get into it. To start off, we have triple Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. It's a ritual monster that cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, so it has pretty good protection. And also, when it attacks a defense position monster, it inflicts double piercing damage, which we'll be able to abuse pretty easily with this deck. Next off, we have the triple Blue Eyes White Dragon. Pretty standard for a Blue Eyes deck. Then, we have two alternative White Dragons. You're not summoning this guy too often in this deck, but it's good to have two as a backup plan, just in case you need it. What he does is you reveal a Blue Eyes in hand to special summon him, and then he can pop things. Next off, we have two Incantation Talismandra. Typically you're wanting to special summon this guy from deck to get his effect off, which adds a ritual monster from deck to hand. Then we have triple Incantation Bookstone. You reveal a ritual spell in your hand to special summon this guy, and then another incantation from your deck. So typically what you're going to do is, like, if you have a spell, use him to summon Incantation, Talismandra, or one of our other incantations, you'll see later. Then we have triple Mandrew of the 10,000 Hands, just adds any ritual piece when he's normal summoned. Then we have Incantation Candle. This is another one you want to summon from deck. It adds spells instead of monsters. Then we have the last of the Incantation Engine, Incantation Pensloom. Reveal a ritual spell, or a ritual monster in hand, to special summon, or not to special summon, to add a ritual, special summon a incantation. So typically what you're going to want to do is, like, if you have Chaos Max in hand and this guy, you're going to reveal Chaos Max, special this guy, then special Candle from deck to get a ritual spell. Next off, for the spells, we have triple Melody of Awakening Dragon. What this card does is you discard a card and then add two monsters with, like, Blue Eyes type stats from deck to hand. So typically what you're going to want to do, like with this, what I do a lot with it, is I search two Chaos Max Dragons, then use other methods to get the two spells to bring two of them out at once. Then we have triple Chaos Form. This is the main, like, ritual spell that you use in this deck. You can banish Blue Eyes White Dragon from grave to do your ritual summons too, which is nice and important later. Then we have triple Bingo Machine Go. You reveal three Blue Eyes cards, and then your opponent randomly picks one to add to hand. So typically what you're going to do with this is, like, you activate it, reveal three Chaos Forms or three Chaos Max, so then you get guaranteed what you want to add. Then we have a new one, 3 of Strength and Unity. What this card does is, if you ritual summon, you can target something your opponent controls and banish it. What's good about this is you're typically going second, so it's good for, like, outing things. Then we have triple Pot of Extravagance. This deck doesn't really rely on the extra deck, like, at all, so this card is really good in here. You get draws and you don't hurt yourself really at all. That card's replacing Trade-In because it's just, like, better, and if we had Trade-In here, it would clash with that. Then we have two Advanced Ritual Art. You send a normal monster from deck to grave as cost for your ritual summon. So what's neat that you can do is you can use this and Chaos Form together, use Advanced Ritual Art to summon your first Chaos Max, send a Blue Eyes White Dragon to grave, then use your Chaos Form to banish that Blue Eyes that you just sent to summon your second one. Then we have 2 of Creature Swap. Because you're typically summoning the incantations in defense mode, you can activate this, swap that to your opponent a 0 defense monster, and then punch it once for game. That's it for the main deck. Let's go into the extra deck. Like I said, you don't really rely on this, so I put a lot of Ghost Reaper targets in here because you're running Ghost Reaper in the side deck. You've got the one of Borderlands Savage, one of Herald. Those are two things that the meta uses a lot, so I figured they'd be good in here as Ghost Reaper targets. Then I did put in a Cypher Blade, a Full Armor, a Tachyon, and a Heretic Sun Dragon, and a Hope Harbinger, and Alcei as cards that you can summon, like Xyz monsters. I figured because they were the easiest and you're not running any tuners, you kind of need these. Alcei is good for control. Hope Harbinger has negates. Heretic Sun Dragon is non-targeting removal. Tachyon is good for control during the battle phase. Full Armor and Cypher Blade pop things, so that's more good removal. Then we have Dingirsu, another card that I thought would be decent for a XE summon is Lancelot. This one's also in here as a Ghost Reaper target where you can summon it. Then we have Appaloosa, Saryuja. I don't have Rusty Bardiche, but this is Rusty Bardiche. Hulk and Anaconda. More cards that the meta is running that are Ghost Reaper targets. You can banish this to stop them from getting Dragoon out. You can banish this to slow down their plays. I'm guessing like PK Fire, when all the Phantom Knight support comes out, is going to be pretty good. So this will help. This will also help against Orcust, which I imagine will get really good again now that Bardiche is back at 1. Then finally, we have our side deck. We've got the 2 Blue Eyes Chaos Dragons. If this card's summoned with... It has the same protection effect as the Chaos Max. And if this card is summoned with a Blue Eyes White Dragon as its ritual cost, if it attacks something, it changes the position of your opponent's monsters and gives them 0 defense. So what you can do is, like, instead of summoning 2 Chaos Max, summon 1 of this and then 1 of Chaos Max. Use this, punch your opponent for 3k, and then attack something else they have for game. Like I said, 3 Ghost Reaper. You don't really rely on the extra deck a lot, so it gives you a lot of space for Ghost Reaper targets, which can really hurt meta decks. Then we've got 3 of Book of Moon. It flips something face down that your opponent controls, which is helpful because, you know, that double piercing damage. Gotta get that double piercing. The double Twin Twister for outing back row. Got the one I've Called by the Grave. I'm kind of conflicted on how I feel about this card getting limited. On one hand, it hurts casual decks, but on the other hand, it also kind of hurts meta decks because that's one less piece of interruption that they can play through. Then we've got double Solemn Strike for your negates, and double Heavy Storm Duster for more back row removal. And if you activate this on your opponent's turn, it has basically no cost. Anyway, that's it for this deck profile. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time.